Jumbo, everyone. We are off to Disney in July, and I thought I would share with you my tips, my tricks for advanced dining reservations 60 days out. We usually book last minute, so I don't think I've done like the 5:30 a.m. wake up call in years, probably 3 years, the first time we took our daughter. So, and then the other thing is, oh my gosh, did I have a bucket list of dining reservations? I'm gonna share with you what I got, and I haven't calculated this yet, so I will share with you, but I think it's gonna be our most expensive Magic Kingdom day ever. But I'm just so excited, and it's been a while since I've done a sit down. We're having a lot of construction in our house, so it's a little difficult to do that, and maybe I'll show you what is done so far. We're in the home stretch here, so stay tuned at the very end if you want to check out my new Disney office that's coming along, and also our master bath remodel. So we are staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's going to be part of a 2-week long road trip that we're doing that we're so excited for. We are staying Monday through Saturday in July at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Sadly, not the Savannah View, which I don't know if we've ever not stayed in the Savannah View. We're just getting like a standard view, which is probably going to be a parking lot. Just because Savannah, I think it was like another 150 extra a night. And with a long road trip, we're just trying to budget as much as possible. And something else we're doing to cut cost is to just do 3 park days, and then do 1 day with a pool day. And the park that we're cutting, even though I love it so much, it is our least favorite of the 4, is Hollywood Studios. I really love it. I just find it's the least amount of stuff for a 4-year-old, which my daughter's gonna be 4 in a month. And then in July, of course, she'll be 4. And then it's just very crowded right now with the Toy Story and Galaxy's Edge, and so popular. So we find that we can get like overwhelmed in that park, and it just seems like you're on top of each other. But we added the Genie Plus, and that's gonna be the first time we have used Genie Plus. I used it as the DAS, the disability service, in February with my sister-in-law. Okay, so let's get into the tips and tricks. First tip is I love just a blank folder to do all of my Disney planning. I just make notes, packing list, outfit ideas, things I need to buy for the trip, things like that. Let's go over the basics of how it works. It is an ADR, advanced dining reservation. You can do it through an app or through the website, Disney World website. You want to make sure that you book your vacation at least like 62 days before, I would say, so that it's in there, especially if you are staying on site. So what happens is you book it out 60 days before. Right now it used to be 180, but it's called 60 days plus 10. So if you are staying at a Disney World hotel, then what happens is you get 60 days and then you can book your whole vacation from that first day of 60 days, plus 10 days. I couldn't imagine having a 10-day trip to Disney. We usually just do like 5 or 6 days. So, so then we have the first day plus, I guess, 5 days available to book the dining. So you want to make sure just your reservation is done and in there. You want to make sure you want to, the day before, log into the website, log into the Disney app on your phone, make sure everything works, your password works. You want to add your credit card in there because you're going to need a credit card to reserve the reservations or to prepay some Disney experiences as well. One of the first things I do is I check the menus just to make sure the menus haven't changed, especially in this time with restaurants reopening, limited staff, things like that, especially character dining. Some characters may not be there or maybe socially distanced, so just research to make sure it's what you want. And then there's also like family style, so there's limited options at some restaurants. So you want to make sure you like the food. So I always check the menu, and my husband likes to say I have particular needs. I'm a vegetarian and I don't like mushrooms and I don't like fake meat, and Disney has been doing a lot of fake meat for the vegetarian option, or they're going all vegan, which is fine, but I love my cheese. So I am very, very particular about what restaurants work for me. He doesn't care. I also think 3 and 4-year-olds, preschooler age, going heavy on the character dining works really well for us because she's not as good as sitting still for a meal. And typically we like to sit down and have 2 meals a day at Disney because we enjoy the air conditioning, we enjoy the service and the food, and you know, we go a lot. So for us, just sitting down, and if we ride 3 rides a day and just experience Disney and the food, then that's a happy Disney day for us. We're not as commando, especially with a 4-year-old, as we were when we were Dakes. The next thing I will do is in my notebook write down the actual dates and then what parks I reserve for those days, and then what dining reservations I want for each park each day. And then I try to come up with, especially if it's a hard to get one, like 1 or 2 alternatives that I write down on the right side. So the ones I want, then the ones, alternatives on the far right. And then I go through and I prioritize which ones I want to go after first. So either ones that I know are in high demand, like Space 220, Cinderella Castle, things like that, Topolino's. Then what I do is I number it. So I think I just did the top 4. And then, so I knew which ones to attack first. Okay, so I think that's pretty much what I do before. The morning of, I actually did some research since it's been so long since I've done this. I saw a couple websites that said 5:45, but I spoke with Disney and they said 6 a.m. is when the availability opens up and you need to be on your computer. So you need to get serious here. No coffee, no kids, no cats. All those things did not work for me. I got coffee, didn't touch it, it got cold. My kid woke up at 5:30, which she never does. So my husband had to wake up and keep her occupied because it's go time, people. And then my cat jumped up on top of my coffee with my notebooks in front of my computer for attention. And yeah, it was kind of a disaster. So make sure you get all that stuff cleared out. I woke up at 5:30. Like I said, I made my coffee. I got everything set up. You want to have your credit card there because one of the things that happened to me is that they needed that 3-digit code on the back. So just have your credit card there with you as well. Start going in a couple minutes before. Sometimes I've heard it can open up. I think mine opened up probably a minute before at 5:59. If you do want to call in to the Disney dining, then it's 7 a.m. to do that instead of 6 a.m. online. And if you are doing a longer trip, a good strategy is to put the ones that you really want all the way at the end of your trip, because you're most likely going to be able to get those, because most people have shorter trips, especially with how much Disney costs right now, or like a week trip. So if you're doing 10-day, put those in like the 9-10 day slot and you'll be able to have a better chance of getting them. Something else to do is they ask you to add the guest, which you can skip that unless it's something like Cinderella table where you have to prepay for the whole thing. Then you have to put the guest in. But just skip that and you can go back and do that later. I tried a strategy where I opened up a couple tabs and that did not work for me. My computer kind of cropped out. And that's also why you want to have your app open and ready to go in your phone, because if like the computer crops out, switch to your phone, and that way you have a backup plan for either, or if your phone crops out, you can go back to the computer. But having multiple tabs open, I tried like opening it up and having the search for my top 4, and it was like, I don't know, just like picking up the reservations and changing the restaurants in the screen. So I wouldn't recommend that. It did not work for me. Another strategy to do is say, like for me, my number 1 was Space 220. So sadly, this is the only one I didn't get, but luckily I got everything else I wanted. And what you want to do is, we wanted it for lunch on our Epcot day. I put in lunch, that nothing was available, so I went in and searched like odd times, like 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 1 p.m. So go back and forth between searching by lunch and breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also the times, and you might have better luck with the times. Is that I found that to be true. And also you can, like I said, try off times if it's really something that you want. And the last thing is check 48 hours, 24 hours before. A lot of people cancel last minute if you really want that, so I'm going to try that with Space 220. I've never used these services, but I've heard good things about Mouse Dining. Touring plans. In the old days before my daughter, when we would go commando, I would use touring plans a lot. I subscribed to it, but like I said, now we just sort of relax and enjoy things and take it slow. And then the other one is Open Table, which I personally use at home all the time for all of my dining reservations, and I've used it before at Disney Springs. So check Open Table, like for Rainforest Cafe and restaurants like that, and you might have luck finding them there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is go over the dining reservations that I was able to get. Okay, so I'm gonna log into my app, and let's take a look at future plans. I always go to the end and hit future plans. So like I said, we're staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Our first day is at Magic Kingdom. So this is gonna be fun, well, fun slash stressful, because I'm gonna add up how much this day is. So my two big things I wanted to do was Cinderella's Royal Table. You know, I don't know if my husband's done it. I'll have to ask him. But I've done it with my mom and sister before, and I really enjoyed it. It was such a long time ago. It's been on my bucket list to take my daughter there since she has never been. It's always been hard to get the reservations, like I said, because we book so last minute. So I was able to get that, and that is a prepaid thing. So I had to pay for that up front for all three of us. And then the next thing I got, and I am so excited, is the Magic Kingdom 50th Fireworks Dessert Party. I have been wanting to do this. I've been trying to book it for the past year. So I am so excited for this. I love Enchantment. It is such a wonderful nighttime show. I wanted to do a, like, during the fireworks. Hi, Taggy. I'm just gonna call it a champagne dessert party. I wanted to do during it, but I feel like they're rare and they book up quicker. So this is a pre-party, so we go beforehand, and there's unlimited adult beverages, and then unlimited desserts, which my daughter is very excited about. And then you go down somewhere into the hub grass, I think right in front of the Plaza restaurant, and they have an assigned little spot for you for the fireworks, which is awesome because it can get really crowded there. So I'm very excited for that. So let's talk about how much this cost. Let's add this up together, okay? So first of all, the tickets were somewhere around $400 a day for the 3 days for the three of us. So a 4-year-old and 2 adults. So there's that. And then we added Genie Plus, which I think was $47 for the day. So we're up, let's just call it $450. Royal Table. So we are doing breakfast at Cinderella's Royal Table. So it's $42 for adult, $27 per child. That's $111 plus $450. We're already up to $561, which I'm very excited for this caramel apple stuffed French toast at Cinderella's table. And then the pre-party was a little bit less expensive than the party during the fireworks. So a little more detail, it is at 7:50 is when the party starts, so I would assume the fireworks are at 9 p.m. Take a seat to enjoy delectable desserts and breathtaking views of the new Magic Kingdom Fireworks Spectacular Disney Enchantment. $257. This is stressing me out. For the three of us, $818 day. Yikes. Yeah, that's so much money. I've never spent $818 for any day anywhere. So that day we do need to eat dinner somewhere, and I thought we would do quick service, but you know what? I might do Tony's. Here, I'll screen record this so you can see how this works in the app. Okay, so you go into check dining availability, party of 3, and then it's gonna be the 5th. I want to put in dinner. Tony's is usually available. You want to go ahead and filter to Magic Kingdom. And there's Tony's with plenty of time. So if the dessert party is at 7:50, let's do 5:35. And then that gives us time to digest and be ready for dessert. And you can always cancel these 24 hours before, and they won't charge you anything. If you cancel less, they will. But I have found if you actually go to the restaurant, like I've had issues where my daughter was just too tired and we had to go back to the hotel, or she was in the middle of napping, so things like that. So go directly to the restaurant and tell them what's going on, and you should be able to cancel it and they won't charge you that fee. So at Tony's, I really like, they have fried mozzarella balls, which are delicious, so that the breading to cheese ratio is pretty good. And then they have a really good garden salad, and it's fun to sit there and you can see like the parades go by and characters up on the train station, and enjoy some nice cold wine and air conditioning. So that is day 1. Day 2 is Wednesday. We're going to Epcot, our favorite park, and I really wanted Space 220 for lunch. We weren't able to get it. One of our favorite, probably our favorite character meals is Garden Grill with Chip and Dale, Pluto, and Mickey. I love Living with the Land ride, so I always ride Living with the Land and then go to Garden Grill. You sit there, the food comes to you family style. It's a circular rotation, and the characters come to you and they entertain your kid while you can enjoy some food. Love Garden Grill. The night reservation for dinner is via Napoli. We usually either do Mexican food or pizza. So we know our daughter will, love that food, and it's a guaranteed good dinner for her, which sometimes we sit down and she hardly eats anything, just because I think of the excitement and just everything that's going on. So we like to get the shared salad and a huge pizza to share, and it's an easy, enjoyable dinner. The next day is Thursday. I'm so excited for this day. So this is our no park day. We're gonna take a break, which I think is gonna be really nice for July heat and weather. And hopefully it's a sunny day. And we are staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. They have a beautiful pool, so we're gonna have a pool day at Animal Kingdom Lodge, probably do like quick service or food at the pool for lunch. And then for dinner, I got the storybook dining at Artist Point with Snow White. I am so excited for this character meal. I got her off of Etsy, an adorable little Snow White dress. I'm gonna put together my own Snow White bounding outfit. And I'm just so excited. I've only been to this resort once, to Wilderness Lodge. My mom, it was like pouring rain. I was with my mom and I think my sister Carrie and her kids. And we got drenched. It was awful. We had to buy new shoes and ponchos, and it was just one of those downpours. So we got into Whispering Canyon Cafe, took the ferry over, had a lovely time. So that's the only time I've been there. I don't have a big desire. I don't really like the theming as much as I like Animal Kingdom Lodge, and it's not on the monorail. But I'm excited to go explore that resort and to have a new character dining. And our last park day is Friday. It's gonna be at Animal Kingdom. And we did Yak and Yeti for dinner. And we thought about Tiffin's, but I think it's just like so expensive and really like too fancy for a 4-year-old. If I couldn't have gotten Yak and Yeti, then I probably would have done Tiffin's. And for lunch, I love their quick service, their African margarita I love, and then the Harambe Market has a really good Greek salad. Sometimes that hasn't been open, and I've never tried the quick service, I don't remember what it's called, in Pandora, and they have like bowls and things. So that would be a really good one to try. And of course, if we could get into the Nomad Lounge, then we would love that. That would be amazing. And then our last day is checkout day, and we are going an hour and a half away to Daytona Beach to spend a few nights there, to spend time with my dad, my sisters, my nieces and nephews. So because of like check-in time and stuff, what I think we're gonna do is a 9 a.m. Boma breakfast, which I love Boma so much. I'm excited to try their new Zebra Dome adult fancy coffee drink as well. So we'll have breakfast in the morning, check out, put everything in our car, and probably I think go to Disney Springs for a couple hours before we head over to check in to our new resort over in Daytona Beach. All right, so that's it guys. Those are my tips. And that's what we got. If you have any tips or tricks that I missed, be sure to leave them below. If you have tried any of the new ones that I haven't, let me know, and I will show you a quick sneak peek of our bathroom and my new